Hey guys, welcome back to New Trail Adventures. I know, it's been a minute since I posted something on our channel or, on our Instagram at New Trail Adventures. Let me fill you in on why. Unfortunately, about a year and a half ago, my wife experienced some health issues that were a little concerning. Everything is clear now, we're good. So we've decided as a family to take this girl outdoors. But today's video is different. We are focusing on doing some maintenance on this beautiful girl. She is a 2022 Toyota 4Runner TRD Off-road Premium. Now, some of you on the channel will say, man, that's a lot of miles, but I have 68,000 miles racked up on this girl already. Toyota recommends replacing your spark plugs every 120,000 miles. But like how I do my oil changes, we put full synthetic oil in this baby girl every 3,000 miles. We don't do the full 5 or 10,000 miles. So today we're gonna be replacing the spark plugs with the NGK Iridium spark plugs, all right? So with that said, sit back, enjoy a nice cold drink, and here we go. Let's dive right into it. Guys, so the tools that we're gonna need to get our job done today will be a flathead screwdriver, a 12mm socket, a 10mm socket, 10mm wrench, our handy 5/8 socket to remove our spark plugs. You may ask why I have two different size extenders here or extensions here. The driver's side is kind of tricky. So when you put in the socket to remove or install the new spark plug, you're going to need to have both extensions on, and as I'll show you what to do on the video. And my one and only Cobalt torque wrench. This would be the first time using this, so guys, leave me down on the comments on what you think about the Cobalt torque wrench. Is it really necessary, and why? All right, so with that said, let's pop the hood and let's get going. All right guys, so in order for us to replace our spark plugs, there are a few components that we need to remove on our 4Runner. For example, this entire air intake system has to come out in order for us to reach into the coils, take the coils out, get the spark plugs out, put the new ones in, and reverse everything and put it back together, right? Usually the first thing I like to do is, again, just a quick disclaimer, this is my first time replacing the spark plugs on this baby girl, but I've done many other vehicles and I've replaced many other spark plugs. So I don't think the process is different. Just have to take a little bit more things apart in order for us to get to our spark plugs. So with that said, let's get to it. The first thing I like to remove are the cables. So we have the mass airflow sensor cable right here. Tug it up, remove it, put it to the side. There are a few other components that we may have to use our screwdriver and our handy stool because the car is lifted. I can't reach, so I just like to push this down with the screwdriver gently. There we go. It opens, remove, voila, put that to the side. We have another one down here that's connected to the air intake box. Just, wiggle it around, it should pop up, hopefully, and not break it. There we go, all right. Got another one right here, okay. And there are a few lines that we get to remove right here. One is, boom, put it to the side. Not the bottom. It just fell. Where'd it go? There it is. Stay there, buddy. All right. And this right here, these are just, I think, vacuum lines, I guess. There we go. All right. Double checking to see all the hoses are removed, electronics are removed, clamps are undone, so everything just comes out okay, hopefully. So there's a 10mm bolt right here. Let's go ahead and remove that real quick. Put it aside. You can see that's kind of free right there already, right? You have to remove this bolt right here in order for us to release this entire housing. Another 10, I believe. Indeed it is. By loosening this clamp, this entire assembly should be free to come out from the throttle body now. I sure hope so. There it is. All right. So I want to push this out that way. Okay. I forgot to unclip that. All right. So, yep. What do I have stuck here? Yeah. See that right there. Okay. So we're going to remove this, put this to the side. A lot is now exposed. I could see one coil, two coil, but I can't see anything else. So now that we got the entire assembly removed, I'd like to just inspect everything before I continue. Catch can looks good, throttle looks good. Everything just looks great to me. I mean, hey, it's a Toyota. Everything looks good. Even the filter looks good. I think replaced when I did my oil change, what, a month ago? Cool, put that aside. Now we have to go ahead and remove our intake box. It's a 12mm bolt. We got two inside and one onto the side right here. You know, gives us more room to do what we need to do, right? So what we got to do is lift, go that way. To be released, hopefully. Oh, that's right. This is stuck right here. There we go. And it's out. All right, guys. So you can see we removed our intake system, our intake box. We have a lot more room to work over here now. The next step would be to remove this air injection system. There's a little tubing right here that connects to our exhaust, I believe. So there are two 10mm nuts on the bottom, two 10mm bolts up on top, and 12mm nuts holding the system down. So let's go ahead and remove this. All right. There's just two, no, one more back here underneath my catch can. Okay, that's a 10, right? Again, careful with these nuts. These bolts. All right. Yeah, I could already see it loosening up. All right, cool. We'll put that with this right here. Look at that. All right, so it does have a gasket. You can replace them, but mine looks pretty good. I mean, the car is still almost brand new, man. It's a Toyota. Now, let's see here. This should easily come to the side, hopefully. All right. And there it is. Just put that to the side. Nothing will happen to it. Don't disconnect the, wiring to it. It's fine. So now that we have everything out of the way, we can see the coils that need to be removed in order for us to remove the spark plugs. Out with the old, in with the new, right? That's two. I've disconnected the components that connect to the coils. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the 10mm bolts holding the coils down. And once we take the coils off, we can get to the spark plugs. All right. All right, that's good. Moment of truth. Let's go ahead and remove the first spark plug and see how they look. All right, guys, so we have our handy 5/8 socket. I always like to use the longer extension. And let's take the first spark plug out. And there it is. They use Denso. Yeah. We're gonna replace them with the Iridium, NGK Iridiums. Yeah, they look pretty good. All right, guys, so here's a new spark plug. They are already pre-gapped, but Toyota recommends them to be at 0.044 inches, the electrode gap. They already pre-gapped at 0.43. So I'm just gonna go with it, and use it. But comment down below if that teeny pre-gap was going to make a big difference or not. It's going to, you know, run hotter. I only assume if it runs hotter, it will clean itself better. I don't know. But they're already pre-gapped, NGK Iridiums. You know, we're going to go ahead and put them back on. All right, and there it is. So got my torque wrench in here. You know what, let me add an extension to it. All right, there we go. So we're gonna tighten these down to 13 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, that's Toyota specs. Oh, okay, cool. That's tightened, all right? On to the next one. Again, I like to do it one by one. I'm gonna put the coil back, tighten the bolt, the 10mm bolt that's holding the coil. So, got it hand tightened. 13 foot-pounds of torque is what I need. All right, let's see. All right, that's good. All right, last one. Well, for the passenger side. Some might say, well, you could have removed your catch can, you removed everything else. You're right, but I got lazy. Dude, they are in great shape for 68,000 miles. I mean, again, Toyota says 120,000, yes. But man, these are in good shape. So let's put the last spark plug in on the passenger side. Now that we have replaced all the spark plugs, 3 on the passenger side, we're gonna go ahead and just reverse everything and put it back together. Good. Got the nuts back. I don't know what the torque specs are on these nuts, but just you can feel it, how tight they should be. I'm gonna inspect this. Everything looks good to me. Everything looks great. We're gonna go ahead and bring our intake box or air box back, reassemble it the same way we took it out. So remember, we pulled out to, you know, take it out. Now we're gonna insert it back in. Like so. Let's put our air filter back on. Okay. There we go. There's a little notch that you will notice on the throttle body. That should align with the tubing. And then this is a 10. Let's go ahead and tighten that up. All right, boom. So, passenger side is done. All right, guys, so we're back on the driver's side now. Passenger side complete, done. Driver's side, you know, it's a little bit more simple. I thought it would be a little bit harder than the passenger, but no. It's a little bit more simple, but we have to still remove a few components to get to the coils and the spark plug. You know what? I think I'm gonna be okay with this. Okay, yeah. Put that out of the way. I'll be okay. So again, we have to remove that guy right there. This is where both extensions are gonna come in handy, okay? We got the 10mm bolts up on top and the 10mm nuts on the bottom. Alrighty guys, so we got the nuts removed on the bottom tubing. So this is where our 10mm wrench comes in handy, because obviously we can't put a socket and a wrench tool in there to loosen it. So we're gonna use our 10mm wrench right here and loosen the bolts up on top to get rid of that tubing. And there it is. Okay, all right. Got our 12, so it was 1 nut, 2 nut, 3 nuts. Move this out of the way. Everything looks good. Again, we'll use our 10mm socket to remove the coils. Again, I like to do this one by one. I mean, I could take the bolts off of the coils. Why not? You know, don't fall. This will put it there. Coil number 2. Again, coil number 3 is going to be a little bit more tricky because I have a catch can on the car, and the tubing for the catch can is sitting right on top of coil number 3. Yay to me. All right, so getting to these electronic components. Oh, that was easy. That was easy. Okay, got all my coils out. Now, remember I told you that you need an extra extension to get the work done? Because of that number 3, we have to go in from the back, okay? Never hurts to have extra extensions, right? All right, so here comes the tricky part, getting the last one out. I'm gonna use all the extensions that I have. Come on, work with me. Yeah. So I tightened the spark plug up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the coil in, tighten the coil down. So let's go ahead and put the coil in. Again, it doesn't matter what coil you use, they're not numbered, they're not in order. They all work just fine. Alrighty, you guys, let's go ahead and put the last one in. This was fun to do. Ran into a few issues, but overall it was really fun to do. I like working on my car. Alrighty, finally got it in. Now let's tighten it down. All right, guys, so that does it for us. We went ahead and changed the spark plugs on this 4Runner. It was easy, but a little time consuming because we had to remove a few things, you know, to get to the coils and the spark plugs. Again, thanks for watching. If you like these type of videos and our outdoor adventure videos, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to our channel for more upcoming videos. Thanks again, guys.